Welcome, kids or one student. How are you, Hamza?
I'm great.
Okay, what did you do today?
I played football.
You played football, okay.
I'm swimming in the pool.
Okay, you swim in the pool. Are there any rules for the swimming pool? Things you aren't allowed to do in the swimming pool?
Yes.
For example? You mustn't eat in the swimming pool. Right. Okay.
We mustn't go to the pool with our
Clothes. Shoes.
shoes. Yes.
Show me your feet. Really good. You mustn't swim with shoes. That would be very dirty in the water. Now, there are rules at home. Where else? In the swimming pool?
I have football.
Yes, football or sports. There are many rules. For example, can you name a rule for football? How many players?
22 players.
Okay.
In pitch. We have 2 goalkeepers.
Okay, we have to have a goalkeeper in our team, and there have to be 22 players on the field. Very good. Where else have we follow rules?
School.
School. Good. There are many rules at school. For example, you mustn't
eat food in the lesson.
During the lesson. You mustn't take your cell phone to school. You mustn't shout during the lesson. Okay. There are many rules. For example, zoo, library, airport. And last, brainstorming.
So,
At the shopping center.
yes.
Yes? You can take a gun because you go through the X-ray. Okay. Right. Okay, here are our rules for today. You used one, I don't know if it was conscious, have to and must. Now, must is express personal obligation and express what the speaker thinks is necessary. Express subjective obligation. That means that this is my opinion. For example, I have to lose weight. Sorry, not have to, I must. I must lose weight. I must eat healthy. I must read this book. I must see this movie.
Must play football.
I must play football. Okay, this is my opinion. I think this is necessary. No one else. Okay, and have to is the opposite. Express impersonal obligation. The subject is obligated or forced to act by a separate external power. A bigger power, a third person, is giving the rule, okay? It commands, and I have to follow the rule. Express objective obligation. It's not subjective, it's not my opinion, it's the opinion from someone else, okay? Now here are 2 examples. I must go to bed earlier because it's bad for me. You must read this book. It's a perfect, amazing book. For have to, I have to arrive at work at 9 o'clock. I can't go at 10 o'clock. Then my boss will be, he would be angry.
The boss
Would fire you.
yeah.
You can leave now, okay. In Britain, you have to drive on the left, okay, because it's a rule. You can't change it. It's not your opinion. Now, the negative forms mustn't. It is prohibited. That means it is important that you do not do
Never.
something. Yes, you are not allowed to do it. It can be the speaker's opinion, or it can be objective. Okay, at home, there are my rules. Okay, the mother says you mustn't eat in your room. You mustn't. What else? You mustn't go to bed late, for example. These are my rules. And at school, there are the rules of the teacher. In classroom, for example, when the teacher says, you mustn't speak during my lesson, okay? Now, don't have to. There is no obligation. You are not required to do something, especially if you don't want to, okay? Don't have to. It's up to you. You can decide. You don't have to do it. It's not necessary, okay? You don't have to drive. I can do it, okay? You can choose. He doesn't have to come to the party, okay? You mustn't eat during the lesson is a rule. Okay, did you understand the rules?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can you write down 4 sentences? Okay. The first sentence has to include must, the second have to, the third mustn't, and the fourth don't have to. I try to make 4 examples on the board and you on your sheet of paper, please.
Hogwarts. Animal.
Don't read mine. Do your own list. You can do your own Hogwarts rules if you want. Okay, I start with my rules, then you can read yours to me. First, you must have a special pet as a helper, for example, rat, owl or cat. Second, you have to be a wizard. 3, you mustn't enter the dark forest, you mustn't. Number 4, your parents don't have to be wizards. They can be muggles, or you can be a muggle. Okay? Now it's up to you. Finish?
Finish.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you read your text, please?
I must go to the football training earlier.
Okay, that's your opinion. Very good. Next.
I have to do my homework.
Mm-hmm.
I mustn't mess up my room. I don't have to cook at home.
Wow, these are good examples. Good job. Now, our reading task. Here are 3 students, and they tell us things about their school. Okay? Your job is to find the words must, mustn't, have to, or don't have to. Then we're going to talk about the text, okay? Read quietly for your own. We have 10 minutes. Start now. Can you tell me things what the first student told us? What do they must do? Can you give examples?
Wear a uniform.
Okay, they must wear a uniform, or they have to. You can use both in the written form, okay? Next. Any other rules?
They must do their homework.
They must do their homework, or you can use have to. Very good. And last, is there something with mustn't?
Mustn't.
Can you find? Scan with your eyes.
They mustn't listen to music. They mustn't run. They mustn't run in the corridors. They mustn't eat chewing gum.
Chewing gum.
In the school, but finish.
So, everyone understood the 4 things we use to talk about necessity and obligation. So we can cool down with a game. It's a very fun game. I've tried it at home. Now, I divided the class in 2 pairs. Team 1, Team 2. Okay? When you make a mistake, the other teams gets a point.
Okay.
Now, start. Mix the cards. So, click. It's my turn. 3 things you don't have to do when you're on holiday. Okay. I don't have to do the laundry, washing the clothes. I don't have to cook because I'm on a hotel. I don't have to get up early. Okay, I got a point. Now it's your turn. Can you read, please?
You mustn't do
Name,
playing football in the home.
Name 2 things parents can say to their children you mustn't do. Okay, start.
Playing football in the home.
At home, okay.
At home.
Next.
You mustn't do run at home.
Okay, because neighbors can disturb. Okay.
Point.
It's my turn. 2 things you have to do at school. You have to do. I have to teach. As a student, I have to do homework, and I have to listen to my teacher. 1 more point for me. It's your turn. Can you read first, please?
2 things you must do if you have been invited to birthday party.
Okay.
You
must do.
I must
Present.
Present.
I must
Giving.
give a present. I must give a present. And I think I'm winning. What else? You have 1 minute.
I must say happy birthday.
Wow, that's good. Bravo. Oh, we're finished. No more cards. Okay. As homework,
Draw.
you can draw some rules at home. For example, what rules have we got? Don't enter the house with shoes. You can make those signs, okay? Not entering the house with shoes. Make 3 rules, please. Okay, goodbye.